Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Just I'm so frustrated right now. I don't even know how to react to this game or what we just watched because you got guys turning their back on corners. Joao Pedro is literally by himself tracking the ball in the air and somehow still couldn't hit the ball. Reece James can't really block Saliba, but when you go to the Arsenal side, they're blocking our players from getting the ball, blocking the goalkeeper from coming to get the ball. Because once Arsenal realized that, oh, if we can block the goalkeeper from coming to claim the ball, then Chelsea are easy to score against. For something that you've seen all year round, the fact that the team, coaching staff, the players themselves can't come up with a solution. The whole having less people in the box, like pushing three players up front, that one was a smart move. But to go to that move and then completely avoid it is so stupid to me. Because if you completely avoid that, then you have to come up with a different strategy, meaning either you bring in your center backs to be very strong and pushing the opponents away from your goalkeeper. So your goalkeeper can have that freedom of movement to come and get the ball. If you're not doing that, then make sure there are less people in the box. Let Arsenal say, okay, you guys push three people up front. We still gonna put all these people in the box. Let them take that risk. But we don't do that. And then, oh my God, this team, bro. Liam Rosenia, I'm sorry, man, but this particular loss to Arsenal is actually on the coach and on the players, but the players not so much than the coach because you've played the same team. One, two, three. You've played them three times. You've lost all three times. And in all these games, you try to do different approaches that didn't work. One, you try to sit back. No, one, you're very aggressive. Then another one, you try to sit back more. Then this one, it's in between. We were not really aggressive to press them. We didn't really do anything. Then Palmer was getting the ball in the 10 position and just kept not being able to find anybody. Joao Pedro was making runs, yes. Palmer was not playing him the ball. So where do we go from here? Because I don't even want to talk about Pedro Neto. Oh man, this game. It makes you wonder that all this research and stats and XG, how you sign players, oh we did it because of the stats and we looked at the analysis, and the players that you signed are not giving you that upper hand. So just go with the football people and make football decisions to sign players. Maybe not just rely on stats and analysis all the time, because this team is not very aggressive. Like Arsenal are holding our players the whole game. You like how? How do you go from the Declan Rice handball where he's literally going down and moving his hand towards the ball, and then that is not no. VAR don't review it. VAR don't do anything to it. That's insane. Then the one where the goalkeeper came to punch the ball and literally punched Joao Pedro's head. He's getting held by Saliba from jumping. Then he still manages to jump, head the ball. Then the goalkeeper punches his head. Which, if you, oh my God, bro. It makes you wonder, like, what is VAR there for? Like, then what is the referee there for? What is the linesman there for? Why do you have VAR? Are you reviewing these? If they blow it some other time where it's a foul and a penalty, now it's not. Oh, this game it's not, but that game it was. And to be honest, the team just didn't play well. We just didn't play well at all. Midfield, Arsenal really were just content with trying to find a way to get a corner, and they know they were going to score from corners. That's one about Arsenal. Like, you can play the whole game, passing. They just know if they can get a corner or set piece, but really they need a corner. They don't just want just like a set piece, a free kick. No. They want a corner. So they play very strategically to find ways to get corners. That's the other reason, for example, the game against Sunderland, when they played away to Sunderland, they didn't get a corner. And that really affected them in that game because they couldn't get a corner. But if they can get 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, if you prevent Arsenal from getting corners, you'll beat them easily. If you can prevent them from getting like multiple corners, let's say they get a corner, they didn't score, and then now the game is 80-something minute, they're losing. Watch how they play. They're going to try to go down the line and kick the ball on somebody to get corners. If they cannot get that, watch how their whole game will just capitulate. Like, they will not know what to do after that. But back to Chelsea. I think this loss is on the coach. It's on the players. It's on the board. It's literally on the people there. You get a set-piece coach in, and we haven't improved. So why are you there? Andres Santos, every time he marks a person, somehow that person that he's marking ends up scoring. So what are we doing there? We don't have... There's this key thing that I will say. If your team, you don't have defenders that score corners, it means you don't have a good defense for corners. Because, for example, John Terry, Ivanovic, they're very good at tracking the ball and knowing when to go up ahead, right? If you can't do that in the opponent's box, you will not be able to do it in your box. So whatever ball comes in, you are always going to be susceptible to getting scored on because you can't even track the ball to head it. We don't have one defender that you could tell me that has that Ivanovic, John Terry, Gary Cahill type mentality where you're like, oh, if that ball is this high, yeah, it's okay. We got it. And in the summer, we had the chance to either sign Maguire or sign Van Dijk, or at least go sign a center back that's more commanding in the area. But we decided to say, well, we have Tosin, we have some guys that play defense, so it's all good. Colwell is literally one of the only defenders we have that presence of maybe yelling at the referee for bad calls, yelling at his own players for bad decisions. Everybody else in our team is more mellow. Very chill. You know, we're just going with the flow. Reece James is not going to yell at anybody because Reece James, again, is not older than everybody. So who's he yelling at? Tosin, that you think will do that, can't really do that because Tosin don't play better than the other people. So if you're not performing, it's hard to tell somebody to perform better when you're not. It's very difficult. So I get it. But this game leave us with, right now, Chelsea fans, we're trying to think, like, where do we go? You know, Pedro Neto getting a red card. At this point, we need to be investigated because these players, the way they're getting red cards, seem premeditated. I don't know. To me, it's becoming like how you get a yellow card and then your next foul, you didn't even foul the guy in his box. You foul him after he has crossed the midfield line. That's when you decide to foul him. You didn't decide to foul him, oh, I'm going to just foul him right now so he doesn't get a chance to attack us. You foul him after he has crossed the midfield line, knowing if I don't get this ball, this will result in a yellow card. And then act all, oh my God, that was my second foul. Are you serious? What? A red card? Doing all this stupid shit after you got a red card. In a game where you were not performing. You're not performing. You didn't go past anybody. When they pass you the ball, you're always, for a person that always relies on his speed, whenever they give him certain balls, right, he will not be able to catch up to them. People that got to go. Pedro Neto, he can go. Sanchez, he can go. Tosin, he can go. Garnacho, he can go. Delap, he can go. Like, this team needs to almost do like a whole overhaul, which is so insane because you sign all these players where you're using analytics and statistics and XGs, and you didn't use the football sense of things where you look at a player and go, yeah, this player had a bad game this game, but he's a very good player. You just go, what did the stats say? What did the XG say? Pedro Neto had the most runs in the game. Sign him. But then when it comes to your team, he can't really do anything because he sucks. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? How do we solve this moving forward? How do we get wins? Because right now, I cannot think and see how we're going to get wins. The midfield didn't really perform today. The whole Santos and Caicedo, you might as well have played Lavia, to be honest. You might as well have just played him. And I think the reason I blame the coach is because you could have just changed Pedro Neto. I think Pedro Neto is one of those players. I can't think of a game where you're like, oh, this guy's performing. I can't really think of it. From the Club World Cup, I can't think of any other game. He has the same move that don't really, it's not like he has an Iron Robin move where he cuts inside and shoot. He doesn't have that. Pedro Neto is just a player that if he doesn't score, or I don't even know. Oh my God. We just need to go back, rearrange, redo, restructure. Get rid of a lot of these guys and get some serious players in, bro. Get some Premier League proven players. Go get the number 10 from Everton. Go get players from these other teams that are really performing. Don't just go get a player based on XG and statistics. Please. And improve the defense, goddammit. I don't even know, man. This team, I'll see y'all later, man.